Mariners have a 3-1 lead in Game 7. The last of the seventh. Addison Barger leads off for Toronto, and Brian Wu stays in for a third inning of relief. Bottom of the order for the Jays. Ball one from Wu. Can he get them to the eighth, where Munoz would be ready for 6 outs? They do have a couple guys stirring in the pen. Bizzardo has started to throw to be the bridge to Munoz if it calls for it. Barger, who's 1 for 2, fouls it off, and it's 1-1. Don't count the Blue Jays out. Franchise record comeback wins this year, and it does seem like any time that it feels like it's time to write them off, that's when they find their best. They were in last place last year to first place this year. Just look at September. The Yankees will look like we're going to overtake them and that they were going to blow the division. Well, they go on a 4-game winning streak to end the year, win the division. Down 2-0 in this series, rally back. Down 3-2, force a Game 7. 3-1 on Barger as they try to get off of the deck again.
Got to make this an action ball. You really can't give the free gifts at this point in the game.
Barger takes ball 4. Leadoff walk. Tying run coming up. A quick word from Capital One.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that'd have to be
bank guy.
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
What's in your wallet?
That is the third leadoff walk of this game. One of them came in to score. The other one was erased by a double play.
There's a big hole between second and first base.
Kiner-Falefa shows bunt and takes a strike. Slugging wins. Blue Jays have 5 hits in this game, but they're all singles. 4 of the 8 hits for the Mariners for extra bases. 2 of them home runs. Jays still looking for that big swing. Kiner-Falefa fouls it off, and it's 0-2.
Well, it's been the double play ball yesterday that the Blue Jays benefited from. The Seattle Mariners got a big one last inning.
Ground ball, base hit center field. Bottom of the order, doing it again for the Blue Jays. Tying run aboard in the 7th.
Breaking ball just stood right there in the inner part of the plate, and he took it right up the middle. If he makes that pitch, turn the corner, it's a ground ball more towards shortstop.
Pete Woodworth, the pitching coach, coming out. Bizzardo continues to warm. Spire has been getting up and down as well. Let me ask you this, though. Why not consider having Munoz ready right now with the top of the order coming?
Well, the biggest reason is there's going to be a bunt here.
Not for this hitter. I'm saying get him up, get him ready.
Yeah, and the one thing to consider is what Munoz, I wish I knew how much he was throwing beforehand.
Hadn't warmed at all in this game. It's just Bizzardo and Spire right now. After Jimenez, who, like you said, is going to try to move the time run into scoring position, it's the top of the order. Springer, Lucas, Guerrero. There's the game. Six outs from your closer doesn't have to be the last 6 outs. Not these days. Franchise record, Major League high, 49 comeback wins for John Schneider's bunch. Jimenez to sacrifice. Ball one. Laid down. Wu to first. One away. Job well done by Andres Gimenez as Barger moves to third. Kiner left for the second. And George Springer comes to the plate.
That'll be it for Wu.
Top of the order's coming up. And Eduard Bazardo, who's been one of the top relievers for the Mariners this season, is coming in. Game 7 hanging in the balance here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Top of the order for the Blue Jays. George Springer at the plate. Tying running scoring position. Eduard Bazardo on the pitch.
Now, you know, Springer, after getting hit in the knee, saw his series maybe not continuing. Well, not only is it continued, he's in a position to tie the game up and possibly send this Blue Jays crowd into a frenzy.
1-0. Bazardo heavily used 2 more innings last night, with the Mariners chasing that game from behind. That included facing Springer. One more look at him. The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball. Left field. Arozarena. Watches it go. George Springer has his Jose Bautista moment. This one deeper into the playoffs. This one could send him to the World Series.
It's not the World Series, but if Joe Carter had that jacket, he'd be wearing that jacket. Now that jacket has had the biggest moment of the year to this point on Springer. Frenzy, I set him a little short. It's beyond frenzy here.
Lucas.
We talked about aging in the next 3 innings. That's a tough position to be in for Dan Wilson. Now, they're still in this game. Don't get me wrong. They got 2 more cracks to tie it up. But that's where the questions go flying after the game, and you hope you don't have to answer them.
The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off 1-2. Base hit right field. Bazardo comes on for the top of the order homer single. Oh my God, says Ernie Clement. He is Canada right now. Ernie Clement, everybody's saying that. Vlad Jr. hooks a line drive right at Arozarena. Almost took his glove off. Back to the bag goes Lucas. 2 out. 113.
I mean, you almost got to go get them, but they've had nothing but rockets.
Four, 3 Jays. Kirk swings and misses. 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Mariners in the top of the 8th inning. They will get the top of the order to the plate again in this game. Chris Bassett loosening still. 0-2 on Kirk. The aging thing. Probably age more when you're ahead, right? So now it's John Schneider's turn.
Yeah, but you want to be there.
I know. Man, oh man.
But we talked about it. There was going to be presented a situation of many options that were going to be critical if you got into a lead, which, again, the Mariners did. And you set it up. You talked about Munoz. Munoz has not pitched in this series hardly at all. And that will be the question. If Seattle does not win, fair or not, that will be the question that is going to be asked to Dan Wilson. And let's not forget, I know it gets a little bit overlooked, but to lead off walk.
Strike 3 call on Kirk. Yeah, you can't play with fire too many times, and they did. George Springer, one of the great postseason hitters of the generation, has launched a 3-run home run to turn this game upside down. It is 4-3 Blue Jays. They now are 6 outs from their first World Series in 32 years.